Okay, hey guys, and welcome back. We're just trying something a little different here today. I just wanted to show you something by this gentleman named Mark. Um, his company, I guess, is called IMakeGames. Anyway, I'll skip forward past the boring intro. No offense, Mark, if you're watching this. And we'll get to the good parts. So he's making a Diablo 2 first-person shooter style or perspective game. So let's listen to what he has to say here.
That looks like before we go too deep.
So he's about to show combat.
So as you can see, if I cut off his hand, he can't attack anymore. He'll just sort of stand there. But yeah, I think that looks pretty cool for like, right? At least I.
So for all you Diablo 2 fans, once again, this is a first person, accurate, one-to-one scale, it would seem, rendition of Diablo 2 in first person perspective. So I don't know about you guys, I've always wished for something like this. This is definitely top of my Christmas list. And I really hope that, this guy has the focus and the drive and the funding necessary to see this project through, which is kind of why I want to bring attention to it as well. If he has any sort of GoFundMe or anything, I would highly recommend you donate to that if you're also interested in these types of ARPGs. And I really hope Blizzard just doesn't, hit him with a cease and desist or anything stupid like that. It would be nice to see something like this come to life. If Blizzard was going to do something like this, they would have already done it. And the truth is, at this point, after, Reign of the Warlock and kind of the way they've been running their business the last few years, I don't even know that I have the faith in Blizzard that they'll do a faithful rendition of Diablo 2 as a first person. I would almost rather we got a fan-made game. Even if this gentleman's not able to directly charge for the game for legality, like maybe he can release it for free but then have a donation thing open kind of thing, right? Or something like that, so you can voluntarily pay and maybe he can get around legalities that way. But anyway, very interesting concept here. We'll watch more of this video, then he's got a couple other videos I want to check out.
Let me know what your thoughts are on that. But anyway, here he is. Comes up, he gets close enough, he attacks. There you go, like that. Pick up his head. So yeah, it's got dismemberment, lots of blood. I think it looks pretty cool. I need to put in extra sound effects and stuff, which I can do later. But yeah, that's the gist of it. Here's the level. And it looks like it's working this time. Amazing.
So he's using Unreal Engine.
That's good. That's good. Okay.
And I have to say, this looks amazing.
Built it over the past month or so.
Wow.
Got a bunch of events that trigger. I'm not going to spoil too much. I think I'm just going to load it in now and you can let me know what you think.
Wow, he's done a fantastic job. He really has. Even if he's using pre-made assets, this is just chef's kiss. Well done, Mark. If you're watching this at all, you're making all of our childhood dreams come true. I really hope you see this project through, man, honestly. If I had money to put on it right now, I would honestly make a sizable donation, because this is just the type of thing not only I would love to play, but I would just love to see exist in the world. I think this would just do it for a lot of old-timers, man. It would bring us back to our childhood in a way. Like, when you played the game, the old isometric Diablo 2, this is in your imagination what you would picture, though. It's a much more fleshed out world, right? The fantasy of it, if you will. And the first-person perspective really helps to bring that out. Not just the fantasy, but also the storytelling, right? And the thing that I really love is it really does play the way you would expect Diablo 2 to play as a first-person shooter. Like, the combat feels pretty good. It feels fleshed out, and, without dragging out too much, right? Because Diablo's also about number of enemies. It's not so much about focusing one-on-one with the enemy. It's about taking out mobs and things. So you don't want to drag the combat out too much. You know, it's fairly fast-paced, but it still felt impactful, right? Like it felt meaty. When he swung that axe into the zombie and into that Rakunisha, that fallen character, it felt punchy. Okay, here's the Goat Man, classic. He's done it again. I have to give him praise. Even if he just got these assets from the store or whatever, or whether he's made them or whatever the case, I just have to give credit where it's due. They're really well done. You know, if someone else made the assets, then kudos to the original creator. Seems like their animations are a bit limited or a bit stiff, but I'm sure that's something that can be improved. This is obviously very beta footage that he's showing us. You can kind of see earlier the map is incomplete in some areas. But this is awesome. Like, just imagine exploring the catacombs or wherever he is right now. You know, under the cathedral or wherever he may be in a cloister. Just exploring it from this first-person perspective. It's a lot darker. I'm trying not to speak over the experience sound. Yeah, it's a lot darker, it's a lot grittier, it really gives you that vibe of these types of games. I could see light radius really playing a role in this first-person version, especially in scenarios like this where you're maybe in a darkened dungeon, you want to see a little better. This looks secondarial here. It's too bad it's so dark. I wish I could see the detail better on the character. Okay, oh, that's so funny, and then one of my own videos appears here. Okay, very cool, and this guy too, yeah, I watched this guy. And then some clubbing music, yeah, par for the course. This looks like my algorithm. Okay, well, very cool, it's nice to see my own video appear. This guy does have a couple of other, let's see, IMakeGames. He does have a couple other videos here, so I think the one we just watched was this one. Let's see. Let's watch some more footage. Why not, guys? So this is obviously Tristram, or the rogue encampment, perhaps, just outside the rogue encampment. Yeah, it feels like this is probably Tristram. Just beating on some fallen, taking out a couple zombie boys. Down they go. Yeah, man, this looks really good, honestly. This looks really, really good. Okay, very cool. So it's just brief little snippets, but again, I just want to give this guy the exposure he deserves. I think I'm not the only one, and I think I speak for a lot of us when I say we really want to see a game like this come to the market. Whether it's going to be a AAA title with a premium price tag from, you know, a well-known developer like Blizzard, or whether it's one of these indie developers. I'm fine with that. You know, maybe he can release it for free and he can have a donation or subscription based model or something. He can hire a lawyer and figure out a way around Blizzard's legalities, where he can still release this game with their IP, where people can enjoy the game and he can still somehow profit, maybe indirectly, from his efforts, right? Because that's what stops these great developers a lot of the time. Like, I remember there was this awesome project in the Warcraft 3 engine. This guy was remaking Heroes of Might and Magic, right, in the Warcraft 3 engine, and it looked really good, just superb. But ever since Blizzard changed their terms of use, where basically they own anything you make in their game engines or their map editor, right, he basically stopped development because it wasn't financially worthwhile for him to continue to do so, right? And which is understandable, but it's a shame, and it's a real loss for all the fans. Right, a lot of people don't know the reason Blizzard changed their terms. It was after the whole Dota debacle, right? Dota, or Defense of the Ancients, was developed on the Warcraft 3 engine originally, right? By Ice Frog. And if you're old enough like me, you probably played a couple Dota games with Ice Frog, like I did. But anyway, that got developed later by Steam into its own game known as Dota 2. And after that happened, Blizzard just thought, you know what, we don't want this happening anymore, and we want to own any derivatives of our IP, which again, from a commercial standpoint, is understandable, but you have to allow for some framework where the fans can build their own worlds around your world, and where they're allowed to some degree to have access to the marketplace. Like, yes, you own the IP. I know we're not going to change intellectual property laws here overnight or anything because I say so, some guy on the internet, right? But at the same time, I guess what I'm saying is we need to encourage mod makers to continue doing their thing, or else we're never going to push the limits and possibilities of game making, and then we all stand to lose from that, right? Let's see. Have I played this video first yet? I don't think I have. Let's have a look. See here. Sorry guys, I think I maybe had just played that one for us, so what's left here? This one. Damn, I swear I'm just playing the same, either I'm playing the same video over and over, or they're just kind of repetitive. Okay, I guess they are kind of repetitive. Okay, this one is Fireball and Teleport, so let's have a look-see. Just that sound of the teleport and the potions being drunk really take you back to that Diablo vibe. I think he's done an excellent job, graphically, immersively. Yeah, I would maybe put a little more polish on the way like the gauntlet appears and stuff. Like anything close to you, anything close to the screen should be more high detail, high fidelity, because you're constantly looking at that. I also don't love the way the feet look when you look down. It's a bit wonky, but these are just nitpicks, right? The UI feels a bit flat considering this new 3D environment. Maybe we gotta retool the UI a little bit as well. But I mean, again, beyond that, our boy David Icke. But I mean, beyond that, I think he's done an excellent job. And yeah, so this is his YouTube channel here if you guys want to check him out. He's got no problem. Looks like he's got plenty of subscribers already. Only 8 videos, so well done, man. IMakeGames, and like I said, his name's Mark. It's a little bit more about the channel. I'm a solo game developer who makes games in Unreal Engine. I share my process updates and take your feedback and ideas to shape and build the games. Follow along and help me create the next game. Well done. More power to him. Guys like this I really respect. I wish I had his skill set, honestly, to do more than just mod games. I wish I could actually go ahead and develop my own game as he's doing. This must be very rewarding, and frankly, I'm a little jealous. I wish I could do exactly what he's doing, make my own version of Diablo 2 in first person. It's like a 20-year dream for me, right? Not to necessarily make my own, but just to get to play it. But since no one else is making it at this point, like obviously this gentleman is, but until him, no one is making it. So it's kind of like after 20 years, it's like, okay, do I just learn game development so I can make my own, perfect and complete version of it? And yes, it's an obsession. This is where my autism shows a little bit. Like, yeah, it's an obsession. Who learns to make games so they can recreate their favorite game in a different perspective? But like, I would love it. I would love that. First person, especially with the level of detail these models have, very immersive, right? The environments are even great, right? With low reflections with the water, and like, the foliage is looking pretty good and like lush, and just while still keeping that kind of darker atmosphere, that kind of like European Black Forest vibe kind of thing that Diablo 2 has going on, right? Very gothic, very dark vibes. So alright guys, I don't want to take any more time on this video, but hopefully you enjoyed this little sneak peek at hopefully what will be a fully fledged game. And yeah, tune in to the next video for more Diablo 2 content and related content. Cheers, guys.